I'll blow his brains out!
I know what you're thinking, punk. You're thinking, did he fire 6 shots or only 5? Now, to tell you the truth, I forgot myself in all this excitement. But being this is a
Rapid fire.
most powerful handgun in the world and will blow your head clean off, you've got to ask yourself a question. Do I feel lucky?
Hey YouTube, East here. As of recording, it is currently January 25th Japan time, and Cygames today Japan time dropped a bit of an announcement on us that tomorrow, January 25th America time, in the evening, they're going to be doing a balance patch update to some of the cards in Shadowverse, which is kind of nice. There's going to be a couple of changes to cards that are in rotation, cards that are in Take 2, and I think there's some changes to cards that are also in Unlimited. So if you play either of those formats, heads up. So let's take a look at some of the cards that are getting changed in this update. I think there's some interesting ones, and there are others that I'm still scratching my head on. So let's see if we can figure this out together. All right, first card that's getting an update is actually going to be Runecraft's Miser Neighborhood Hero. Miser didn't really see a lot of play beforehand, despite the fact he was a pretty cheap follower. The buff that he's getting here is that now whenever you play him, you get to put a Dutiful Steed into your hand. And I think that's good because effects like Vincent's give you cards to, deal damage to the enemy leader every time you buff a follower, combo right into Miser here, which allows you to put a Dutiful Steed in your hand every time you play him. So I think that's a pretty good change. And he also got a second buff. That is, the Rapid Fire is actually getting a reduction in cost. Whereas before it was a 2-cost card, which honestly made it pretty hard to use. A 2-cost that deals 3 damage spell is not that great. So what they're doing is they're reducing the cost of the card. So it's going from 2 to 1, which is really nice. And they're also reducing the damage of the card. Now, you might think that's a bad thing. But there's definitely a silver lining here. When you reduce the cost of the Rapid Fire, that means that you're doing less damage overall, but gives your Words of Judgments a follower to hit into, basically. Whereas Runecraft, like the Vincent and Miser kind of combination, is that with Vincent's cards, every time you play a 3rd copy of a spell, it does 3 damage to everything. Well, if this is killing everything off beforehand, then Vincent's spell has no target, so you can't play it. That being said, it's a nerf to the card, but at the same time, I think it overall helps for some sort of archetype for Runecraft, where currently this archetype that they're trying to buff does not have any sort of relevance in the current metagame. I mean, I tried to just quickly throw together a deck that might see play with the buff from Miser, and this is kind of what I threw up, posting up on the screen right now. It's basically the Vincent package from before. You just toss in Miser, and you kind of just buff everything, and you just hope to get the Words of Judgment from Vincent, do a bunch of damage. Cards like, Impalement Arts help to do a little bit more. Things like Gabriel also help to kind of push an advantage while also, furthering that Vincent game plan. I'm sure there are better lists. This is something, again, I very quickly threw together, and you can kind of close out games. You can see there with the Brunies in hand. I wasn't sure if you should include Bahamut into this. Bahamut's nice because he does buff damage that is done to everything for a turn, but 5 cost that also hits everything on the board for 4. After you play Bahamut, you might not have a chance to, actually play any of Vincent's token spells, the Words of Judgment, because the Bahamut might have just wiped the board entirely. So I left it out for that reason, but I'm sure that someone could make a list that makes that work. Now, that change affected rotation. These next couple changes, I'm not sure if they were meant for rotation or not. I'll level with you. I am not an Unlimited player. I think Unlimited is, for lack of a better word, the Wild West. But this next update is coming, I think, for the Unlimited format, and that is a bit of a nerf to Skullfane, Havencraft's card. Guys, I have no idea what Skullfane does. So, folks who are watching the actual unlimited chats in the chat below, or excuse me, in the comments below, let me know what's up with this one, because I can tell it's a nerf, but I don't know how significant it is. Yeah. That's really all I got to say about that one. Sorry, guys. I just don't know unlimited. Sorry. And the last change is potentially for rotation, maybe for unlimited. It's hard to say. This is the one that I'm really scratching my head at. I don't know how to place this, but Portalcraft's Karula is getting an update, and I don't know what to really make of it. So you can see up there, right up there, the change that's happening is his enhance effect cost is going down. So whereas it was enhanced 7, you get him for +2/+2 and a free evolve. Now it's enhanced 6 +1/+1 and a free evolve. So they kind of balance it out in that way. But I don't know if that doesn't seem very impactful, right? With the meta being faster, turn 6 you're almost dead in a lot of cases. Like turn 7, turn 8, you're pretty much roasted by things like Dragoncraft or Shadowcraft. I don't really know what to make of that change. I guess the better buff that happens here is the fact that when Karula does evolve, he gains 3 play points back. So that being said, what is Portalcraft doing with those other play points? I mean, in a lot of cases, boards get pretty big pretty quickly. So destroying one monster, potentially 2, if Karula sticks around anymore after he attacks into something when he evolves, I guess is all right. Yeah, it's hard to say. I don't really know if this is an impactful change. To point toward that fact, I couldn't even put a deck together. And look, I'm not trying to be lazy. I wholeheartedly sat down and I was like, okay, let me make a deck here. And to be honest, what Karula doesn't really have a lot of support. Like the Float Portal archetype was great maybe last expansion, but now, not really. Float Portal, I mean, you're basically giving up play points for mediocre effects, and your opponent's building a massive board, sometimes going aggro. You're letting them set up, and you don't really have an out at the end, right? So I'm not sure what to make of this change here. You could call it a buff, but at the same time, it feels pretty lackluster as far as buffs are concerned. So yeah, again, guys, I really sat down and tried to figure this one out. If you have any ideas on this deck, throw them down in the comments below, because I'll definitely be reading. I was a big fan of Artifact Portal, and now that's kind of out the window. There's not really much there anymore. Some of the cards that came out in Eternal Awakening don't really fit together very well, so it's kind of awkward. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys right now. I'm gonna keep it a whole buck. I don't think this is doing anything. 100%, I don't think it's doing anything. But yeah, maybe someone can make something work. I don't know. It's hard to say. And that's it. So those are all the buffs that are coming to Shadowverse on the 25th. So basically like 2 days from now, if you're watching this as soon as I release it. And if you're watching this in the past, then hey, there was an update. You should go check it out, I guess. And well, that's going to be it, guys. Just want to let you know there's an update coming. Maybe it'll shake up the meta. Is Vincent and Miser a strong enough combination to shake things up out of the hands of Dragon, Shadow, and Forest, potentially Haven? I don't think so, but we'll give it a shot. We'll try to make it work. Hopefully Portal and Rune see some more play. I don't know. And again, guys, if you have any idea what the Skullfang thing is, please let me know in the comments below. I'll be down there reading as well. All right, guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Do me a favor. Thank you. Yeah, I'll catch you next time. Bye. My bad. Guys, my bad. There's actually one more update. I completely forgot about it. Havencraft sucks in Take 2 now. That's the tweet. That's it. All right, guys, I gotta go. Bye. Take care. How did I forget that?